everybody. It's been a while. I'm still working on the books I've been reading, so I haven't had a lot to say about like books specifically. But I thought I would do this book tag that I saw some other booktubers doing, and it's about like your fall, autumnal reading habits. I don't even know what the actual name of the book tag is at this point. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat here. Anyway, just to jump right in, the first question is, what book always reminds you of fall? And I'm going to apologize right now for any noise you hear because I'm still in a house full of people and the laundry is going and the cat is trying to get into my room right now. So anyway, first question, what book always reminds you of fall? I would say, I don't know about any specific book. I tend to think of genres in as seasonal. So come fall and winter, I tend to pick up like detective. I don't really read thrillers, but more like kind of the thoughtful, well, like Tana French, John le Carré. Like In the Woods by Tana French to me is a very like fall winter book. Any of the George Smiley novels, something like that where I want to just kind of wrap up in a blanket and read it. That's my idea of a fall book. What is my favorite autumnal book cover? Nothing comes to mind. If I think of autumn, I think of like browns and golds. So I would say book covers that are like the Interview with the Vampire cover, which would go here if it were here, but my daughter has it right now. The like the old gold cover with I think the red typesetting. That's kind of to me fall-ish. Maybe the 13th Tale, something like that, where it's kind of these muted, yeah, I guess, like, yeah, nothing specific comes to mind. It's just kind of a generalized category of fall-ish looking things, I suppose. What is your favorite autumnal drink to read with? Well, where I live right now, it's still really hot. We're still in the 90s most days. So I'm still drinking soda, with ice in it, or iced chai. I love chai, so when it gets cold, I will, sorry, I just bumped the microphone. When it gets cold, I'll drink hot chai or hot tea. I like a tea that, well, Teavana's gone now, but there was a tea called Maharaja Oolong that I really like because it kind of naturally had a cinnamony flavor. I never had to add sugar to it or anything because by itself it was fine. So that kind of thing, I guess. I'll have to see if I can find something similar to that in the future. Sorry, I have to look at the questions. Do you prefer to read late at night or in the morning? Okay, so I read in the bathtub. I do. I read in the bathtub, which, is in the evening, and I read right before bed because I try to get off of screens for that last hour before bed so I sleep better because I have insomnia. And so I tend to lay in bed and read late at night. I'm old. I go to bed during the week. I go to bed at about 10:30 because I have to be up to get the kids kind of ready for online schooling. And on the weekends I stay up late till maybe 11:30. Ooh. Favorite spooky read? I really like gothic novels. I took like a gothic literature class in college. But even before then, I read Rebecca in high school. And I read a lot of Victoria Holt, which are more like gothic romances. But I also just loved like The Haunting of Hill House, Turn of the Screw. Um, uh, yeah, so stuff in that vein, I guess. That one I read a little while ago, The Silent Companions, kind of falls into that category. I definitely love that kind of thing. That's like my favorite spooky kind of thing to read. Um, my ultimate comfort read. So, excuse me. I guess, I mean, when you say comfort read, I assume you mean going, something you might go back to over and over. For me, it's manga, I think. Like, that's the thing I will go back and keep reading, and like, especially, I reread Cardcaptor Sakura and Tokyo Babylon pretty regularly. Trying to think. I mean, Pandora by Anne Rice. I reread that one, and I don't know if I call that a comfort read, but like, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I really like manga because it's easy, it's quick. I don't know. Like, even though I feel like the stories can be really in depth, the character development can be really in depth. Even like maybe even the stories aren't. I'm not explaining it very well. Okay, so when I read Tokyo Babylon, I really, really love the characters, but not only that, like the development and the emotion behind it, and yet rereading it is relatively, it's easy for me to get back into it, I guess, is what I mean. I feel like I sink into it very easily and quickly. And so that, I think, is my ultimate comfort read. Or that kind of thing. Where it's like coming back to old friends and familiar places and settings and things like that. So yeah, in short, manga, that's what I go to when I'm feeling overwhelmed, yeah. Okay, leave it at that. What is your favorite autumnal reading snack? Okay, well, usually it would be bread and butter. I just really love to eat just bread with butter. Bread and butter and tea, because, like, deep down I'm British or something. But, I'm having like health issues, and like we're not sure if it's gluten, and we're not sure if I'm lactose intolerant now or what my body's trying to do to me, so I'm not eating as much bread. Been eating a lot of Cheetos, which probably isn't any better. But like I feel very limited to what I can do right now as far as snacking and eating. I eat a lot of little beef sticks, like the organic little beef sticks. They're really good. They're expensive for even just like a few. That's the downside of that. Favorite autumnal candle. Okay, so I love candles and incense. Like for me, I'll burn incense a lot of the time. I'll burn sandalwood or dragon's blood. Those are my two favorite. And there is a really nice Yankee candle called, I think, Lake Sunset, which I kind of think of as late summer into fall as far as scents go. I don't like candles that smell like food. I mean, I've talked about this in like another video about candles, some candles I had, but I'm weird like that. I don't like it to smell like something I want to eat, because then I just want to eat. Like, I don't want something to make me hungry if I can't eat it. And I don't want it to make me hungry if I shouldn't just be stuffing my face all the time, if that makes any sense. So I avoid things that smell like apple pie or cinnamon or whatever. That's not my thing. I instead prefer floral, or I don't want to say spicy because that makes it sound like food, but like the Lake Sunset, or the just something that's less, something mossy. So yeah. Okay. Other than reading, what is your favorite autumnal activity? Well, every year we usually go to, there's a corn maze in our town and then a big pumpkin patch. And we would normally go there, but this year they are not opening, sadly. I think they're going to do like a drive-through thing where you can like be given some pumpkins. um, it's not nearly as fun, but yeah, that to me is like the big fall thing. There's usually like a food truck there, and we eat, and we do the corn maze, and we do the pumpkin patch, and there's also like a maze made out of hay bales, which was great when the kids were really young. Now they're really too old for it. But yeah, I like dressing up for Halloween because I like costumes. I like having an excuse to dress up. Um, Usually at Thanksgiving we go away for the week, so I always look forward to that every year. Yeah, there's a lot that isn't going to be happening this year, sadly. So, but yeah, those are usually my favorite things to do. Even just walking, going out for walks. That we've been able to do. Like, we live near a park, like the parks department kind of thing, and there are deer and stuff, and coyotes, and we can go walk and spot all the wildlife. It's really nice. Still haven't seen a bobcat. Still want to see a bobcat. Haven't yet. And what's on my fall reading list? Okay, so right now I am finishing The Mirror and the Light by Hilary Mantel. I don't know how she says her last name. That's the third in the Thomas Cromwell series of books. Wolf Hall, Bring Up the Bodies, and this is the third one. I'm about 70% done with that one, so I'll have a video on that eventually. I'm reading Piranesi, again, not entirely sure how you say it, by Susanna Clark. She wrote Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I'm 77% done with that according to my Kindle, so I'll talk about that in the next video or so. I've got the Enola Holmes books to read. They're all fairly short and should be, I think, quick. We watched the movie like for family movie night. It was really cute, so we thought we'd get the books and that would be fun. I still really want to read Black Butler. I don't have it yet as far as manga goes. I think that would be a good fall winter manga, like spooky, crazy demon stuff going on. So I'm kind of hoping I get that either for my birthday or Christmas, because my birthday's the week before Christmas anyway. So I kind of just get dumped on at the end of the year, which is nice, but it means that for the rest of the year I don't get stuff. It's a whole other thing. It's a thing for me. It's a thing. There's a couple Tana French books I haven't read yet, and so I want to read those. I don't even have them yet though, so I've got to get through all this other stuff, and then I can like allow myself to order these books. I think I still also have one more Ben Aaronovitch, Peter Grant book on my Kindle, False Value or whatever it's called. So that's queued up. And then, like, here's a book that I read. So I've had this book since I was a kid. It's old. It's got like my, it's from like the this is 1977. Okay, so it's about as old as I am. And so this book, I used to break out and read. And it's a good fall spooky book because it just has like really weird stories in it. And like, the one that always stuck with me, sorry, I'm like not looking at you, I'm looking at this because I'm seeing if I can find there's like Spring Hill Jack is in here and stuff, but like, there was one about, I should have marked it. There was one about these, tiles in this house in like Spain or something, and I think it's since been like proved a hoax, But when I was a kid, this was like the craziest story. It was like there was this house, and it had these faces that showed up on these tiles in the house. Like, I don't know. It was really weird. I wish I could find it. Oh well. Like they would try, the people who lived in the house would try and like rub the dirt off or whatever, but the dirt kept like surfacing and looking like faces, and then they were like, oh, the house must have been built on an old burial ground or something. I don't know. That one always stuck with me. But it had like it has like I said, Spring Hill Jack and the Angel of Le Monde, and like just a lot of weird snippets, like some superstitions and where they come from, but also some things that aren't true, like your hair and nails don't grow after you die. It's just that as your skin dries out and recedes, your nails and hair look longer, stuff like that. It's a fun, weird book. And this is the Reader's Digest version. I guess somewhere there's like a full-sized version of this book, which would be amazing, I guess. I mean, I don't know if this is like some kind of abridged version of it. And then I'm like, ooh, like maybe there's like a big book somewhere of strange stories and amazing facts, or maybe there's an updated one, or I don't know. I should look into that, because even still to this day, this book is like one of my favorites to just go revisit and reread some of the random little articles. It definitely, when I was a kid, like inspired or sparked my imagination. Like, it's kind of a fun, weird book. Anyway, that's all the questions for the thing. Thanks for checking in, and hopefully I will be able to tell you all about Mirror in the Light and Piranesi soon in a video in the next like week or two, as I finish reading those. I'm buddy reading Mirror in the Light, so it might take a little longer. I think I've read farther ahead than she has at this point, which is bad because she's a librarian. And I don't know. I don't know why I think a librarian should be reading faster than me. She actually probably has more to do than I do. Yeah. So that's it. And see you next time.